If you've been in Royal Leamington Spa over the past 12 months, you've probably noticed that the Royal Pump Rooms, directly behind me, has been undergoing a bit of building work. This is all thanks to Arts Council England's MEND Fund, which is allowing us to repair and upgrade the roof to this iconic building in the centre of town, which, if you didn't know, is home to Leamington Spa Art Gallery Museum, the library, a cafe called The Larder, and loads of hireable spaces. You'll be forgiven from looking at the building here that you'd think there's not much going on. So what I wanted to do is take you on a little tour of the space, up on the roof, got the PP on, let's go and have a look around. So we're up on the roof of the Royal Pump Rooms now. It's a beautiful day, and we're going to meet Brad, who's the site manager from Stepnells, who's going to walk us around the site and just sort of introduce some of the works that have been happening over the last 18 months or so. So yeah, Brad, site manager, what's happening on this area? There's lots of what looks like big heavy equipment.
So essentially what we've done here, this roof covers the cafe and the reception area. Took all the old roof up, repaired all the damaged roof areas. There's quite a bit of rot and timber in areas. Took all the old units up, replaced it all with a brand new unit system which does all your air conditioning, etc. Laid the new felt with the new falls in and the new gutter in.
So just to get people orientated, so this now is directly above the Larder Cafe, yes. And if you're in the Larder Cafe, you can see up through this window area, this lantern, directly into the cafe. The hammam's there, and then we've also got roofs from the gallery over here, and then over in the distance you've got the roof for the library. So I think we're just going to walk around and have a look at what's happening on that area. So the last time I was up here, there was definitely not this much plant. There was lots of old plant. The floor was quite spongy and unsafe in areas. So it's like being on a bit like a spaceship. So we're going to have a little walk around into the main part of the roof. So let's go and have a look. So there's a ton of plant, air conditioning units, air handling units and stuff on the roof, but it's also worth pointing out, if you can just look down there, we've got some new stonework that's been added as part of the project. We've also got the upgraded, or refurbished is probably the best word, of the lantern, which is above the conservatory roof here. So going back to the plant, this is probably the best place to see the extent of all the work that's on the roof. So, Brad, what's going on? Can you sort of point out some key bits?
Yeah, so essentially there's 5 of these big AHU units across the roof. These 2 here cover the marble corridor area. We also replaced 6 of the lanterns and replaced them with new PVC lanterns. Once again, took all the old deck up, replaced any damaged deck, new insulation, new felt, as well as some of the stonework around the outside of the building.
Fantastic. I mean, when we talk about this project, we talk about it as being roof maintenance and roof upgrades, but actually, looking here, there's dozens of different types of roofs. You've got pitched roofs, felted roofs, slate roofs. It must have been quite an interesting project.
Yeah, with any sort of heritage project, you always get a bit of unforeseen problems which you never initially planned for, but obviously with a good bit of teamwork from the council, Claire and Stepnell, we've worked together with Atkins to get it done. Fantastic.
Should we walk to the other side of the roof just to get a bit of an idea of how it looks from the other side?
Yep.
Why not? So as we're up here, it's always worth having a look at some of the original architectural features. So here's a beautiful stained glass window, which is one of the windows to the hammam on the ground floor. So here's another really beautiful window. So this is the window to the old slipper bath, which is the offices for Warwickshire County Council's library. It's quite nice, isn't it? Now that you're up here, kind of in the middle of the roof, so it's kind of sheltered, you can't really see it from the ground. You don't really appreciate how much stonework there is and how much brickwork there is across the whole site. So tell me what's happened on these bits.
So essentially we've cleaned off the whole of the brickwork around the whole outskirts of the building. This kind of runs all the way around, this parapet does, and you can tell the difference in colour just from a bit of jet washing.
Looks great. And also, if you look over there, you can see the loft theatre. So we're now on a different part of the roof, which, just to give you sort of bearings, just over here we've got the roof to the main gallery. We're actually above the gallery offices, which probably won't mean lots of things to people who've never been there. And directly behind, over there, is the roof for the library. But interestingly, these archways that we have here, apparently, what I'm told, and please write in if you know what they are, but don't have any other function other than being architectural detail. I think it was to do with the flats looking on, so it kind of, rather than seeing all of the plant, it kind of helps with the aesthetics from that side of the building. But it's fascinating spaces up here. I mean, yeah, there you go. Is there anything else we can say up here, Brad, looking around?
Not particularly, no.
Excellent.
No.
So one of the things I think you notice when you're walking around and seeing all the original bits of architecture and the detailing, all the new stuff that's gone on is pretty sympathetic. I mean, all of the original guttering has been left on here. I mean it's not metal, cast iron, is it, I guess? But yeah, it's phenomenal. And it's not often you get to see that level of detail so close up. So one of the things that was pointed out by one of the contractors is that there's actually some markers makes maybe, or someone who was up here years ago. It's got some initials on there, and it's just gently chipped away into the brick. Again, these little details, pretty inconsequential for the rest of the build, but it's just nice to see, isn't it? So we're actually at the highest point I think we can get to on the roof. So just to give you kind of an idea of where we are. So we've got the town hall just in the distance, and just over here we've got the Royal Pump Rooms, Jefferson Gardens, I'll get my words out right. And then if you look at this pitch roof here, this is the roof that is above the Assembly Hall. And then as you pan round in the background, you'll see the loft theatre again. You'll see all of the plant on the roof. This square building in the middle is the top part of the hammam. And then just behind that we've got the gallery, and then we've also got the library over there. And if you come a little bit this way, you can kind of see the roof from the frontline services offices and the foyer. So it's, when we talk about investment in buildings, a lot of time, energy, resource, money has gone into this, and I think this really gives you an idea of the complexity and the amount of work that's actually taken place for this project. So that's pretty much a very quick whistle-stop tour of the roof. I mean, there's so much stuff up here, and pretty much everything you can see is new. All the old stuff has been stripped off and replaced. So it's been a Herculean effort to get everything up here and functioning. There's some last bits and pieces you can see down here. Just an example of the scale of the works. You can see all of the lead that goes along the stonework, and some more examples of some of the balustrades that have been replaced as well. So that's it. That's the quick tour. Thanks, Brad, for your time. Let you get back to doing your job, and yeah, leave some comments.